Welcome to the last day of the festival. Our first reader for this Sunday reading is currently a junior at Sarah Lawrence, Marina Manoukian. Grew up in Boston, Massachusetts. She plans, and I quote, to write poetry and prose until she runs out of things to say. Well then, let's all wish for quiet animals, for rain, for colors coupled with feelings, for synesthesia, dead philosophers, meditations on fear, for the oak tree, and for many more things that Marina can tell us about, or with, or through. Because this girl has things to say, and I invite all of you to listen. So welcome again, and we begin with Miss Marina.
Hi, and thank you so much for being here. I'm really excited to be reading. This one's called Define Plurality. In the suitcase that is red but could be blue or black, the bottle of water refilled so many times the Nile is envious. But no more wine will fit in there. Wine makes the hands ache, makes them tremble and dry, makes them pace back and forth across rooms and walls and ceiling fans. Is that wine? It must be wine. But that is not the question. What is the question? I thought I remembered. I remember carrots in the backyard riding back on the big black train when I was too young to understand. Orange carrots, definitely orange. I left my own stains in the raspberry bushes. Red, definitely red. Hiding in the attic when I've angered someone, sleeping to escape the face-to-face. Many muggy rooftop mornings in Harlem. 3 men lived on that roof. It collapsed one night. Rain, much, much rain, rainstorm, hurricane. I hope they are all right. Not too bad. White plaster. What is white? Show me white. A tiger once told me that. One hand, 2 hands holding what humans hold, ideas, hoarding ideas, munching away on their stash like the buttons in my eyes. 4 pinhole eyes just wide enough to follow the black pen strokes. A shell from Alaska smells like blue. Handled and now in my belly, dissolving away like all sentiments and feelings. Or that is how it should be, I think. A penny with a print costs 51 cents. Squash copper in ruins is worth what? Coffee stains brown, but it makes the teeth yellow. Cigarettes make the teeth yellow. They make a man yellow. Strutting off into that sunset like the movie never ended. The fire alarm never went off. The flames never reached till he reached the star. Too bad he missed the opening. Almost saw an avalanche coming. Too bad. 6 feet of snow is where the mammoths play their poker, placing bets with ice chips on who's up next. Pregnant women ask for those special at the hospital. In the white, waiting to fall so deep in the red, they'll have to sell their house and car. Motels till daybreak and then off to the next turnip farm. But hey, maybe I'm overthinking it. This is called They Called Her Gestalt. Sergey the bartender claims, I've seen her walking, hair wrapped, a peasant, to the daily handouts clutching a scarf, hardly real fur. These ice-clad streets are her slip and slide into my pub, my tavern where the drunks and worriers hide, fingering the glasses that they call their pride, while her face quivers at their jokes, crackles and wrinkles. Petya the orphan disagrees. No, she doesn't have a hint of wrinkles. No girl of such class can be mistaken for a peasant. She wears loud, ornate hats, jewels and feathers boasting of pride. On several occasions in the blistering cold, she gave me her fur, which I assure you is real. The only thing she has to hide is a vicious shadow looming behind, her alcoholic avalanching slide. When I look at her face, my vision starts to slide, looking for wrinkles in the lines, lines in the wrinkles. She never claimed to have anything to hide. But then why all the commotion about whether she's lady or peasant? Let her hide alone in her fur, away from others and their pride. She cannot face the mirror when it cracks like tablets of pride, cheeks burning up like a chimney slide, arguing with them only adds fur to the fire. Their opinions are made. Some see wrinkles where others see a chin, a nose instead of a peasant. To get a straight answer, her only option is to hide. But all the holes cannot be filled, cannot be fit and tanned like cattle hide. Nobody is willing to admit their confusion, reddened by pride. Raised to be neither lady nor young, neither old nor peasant, her own face on the scale will never slide. Only others can allow their eyes to see the wrinkles, see the fur. Fur that's been burned, bitten, betrayed. Fur that doesn't know who wears it, sliding towards young, but who knows? The wrinkles on lava seem plainer. Don't admit for pride. Slip and slide in the mud, get wet and you're wrong. But no one is wrong. No peasant will admit to peasant. No kind has anything to hide. Fake the fur, admit uncertainty, deplete your pride. Pick the wrinkles or the smooth skin. Why bother to slide? It's called The Worst Kind of Love Letter, and I guess if it's addressed to anyone, it's to Descartes. Why do we have so much in common, Renee? Your beginning, written in my words. Together we have set up camp in the arena of the unwell, so you put it, soaked through. No need to tiptoe around it. But you were found out. That is the difference. That is always the difference. Somehow the rabbit has stayed under my cap, feasting on my brain for all these years. Fear hunting season forever? Or step out from the tree, let them tranquilize you. It is necessary, and I do not use that word lightly. Is it possible to quietly crawl back down into the cave that Plato once spoke of, my own shadows flickering past the fire? The world above is too dark, murky. They said there would be light. They lied. Only an infinity of trial and failures. Why bother? No one has given me an adequate answer to that one. This is the last one I'm going to read, and I wrote a big, long poem with sections called In an Attempt to Rationalize, and I talk about the idea of fear, and these are just some excerpts from the longer piece. I noticed it in animals and humans when I was very young, but did not see it in myself till my 20s. We cannot tell if animals love or hate, but we can see when they fear. Squirrels become popsicles, possums drop dead, lightning sprints through hollow bones, petrified like mammoths in Siberia. If no one believes, you do not exist. Muscles and skin droop from grandfathers playing backgammon, all of them wizards with no more tricks, no more sleeves, toenails curled in moldy gray slippers no one bothers to wash. I remember crawling out of the ocean, away from sharpened flippers into sharpened claws, hoping mothers would be gentler, but the croquet mallet was swung just as hard. Children are a weight. No more eggs must be born or bred. Leave them out in the cold, cleaved in twine, bound in twine. Snow destroys all traces. Alice let her house fall when she no longer needed Wonderland. My feet refused to step off the chessboard onto grass too sharp and air too dry, where breath coughs up a nicotine fog. Ashtrays and beer bottles overflow with the vomit of the mind, purged out and relit every 22 minutes. Without stories, the room collapses like a telescope in infinite replay. Borders draw the eye into a well, trembling in the bucket past treacle and claws down to the oubliette. I've furnished mine, not yet ready to put it on the market. No plant can take root in my backyard. The foundation reeks of mortar and blood, haunting the dreams of seedlings and cradles. A dragon breathing nicotine and smoke guards the lone pomegranate tree. It rarely blossoms these days, no sweetness in years. Without the rabbit hole pebbles or pebbles, I circle a mushroom till the world ends, but each side looks the same. Create a house of cards and wait for it to topple. Otherwise, you will never know where the foundation is cracked, where to let the oak take root. Once the edges are traced, I can create my own rules to the game, as long as I don't keep repeatedly smashing against the borders. I'm tired of that. Thank you.